How Apple became a trillion-dollar company. Imagine starting a company in a garage and turning it into one of the most valuable businesses in human history. A company worth more than the GDP of many countries. A company whose products are used by billions of people worldwide. This is the story of Apple, the company that transformed technology, redefined innovation, and became a trillion-dollar empire. But Apple's journey wasn't always smooth. In fact, at one point, it was on the verge of collapse. So how did Apple become one of the most valuable companies on Earth? Let's find out. The story begins in 1976. Two young men, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, started building computers in a garage in California. At the time, computers were expensive machines, used mainly by businesses and universities. Jobs and Wozniak believed computers could be personal, something ordinary people could own. Together, they created the Apple I. It wasn't revolutionary by today's standards, but it was the first step toward a technological revolution. Soon after came the Apple II. It became one of the first highly successful mass-produced personal computers. Apple was growing fast, very fast. In 1984, Apple launched the Macintosh. It introduced millions of people to graphical user interfaces and the computer mouse. The future looked bright. But behind the scenes, conflicts were growing. Disagreements between Steve Jobs and Apple's leadership led to a shocking decision. Jobs was forced out of the company he helped create. Without its visionary leader, Apple struggled. Throughout the 1990s, competition increased. Sales slowed. Profits fell. And many experts believed Apple was heading toward bankruptcy. The company that had changed computing was fighting for survival. Then came one of the greatest business comebacks in history. In 1997, Steve Jobs returned to Apple. The company was losing money and running out of options. Jobs simplified Apple's product lineup. He focused on design, innovation, and user experience. Then came the colorful iMac. It was different, simple, beautiful, and people loved it. Apple was back, but the biggest transformation was yet to come. In 2007, Steve Jobs stepped onto a stage and unveiled a product that would change the world. The iPhone. At the time, smartphones were complicated and limited. The iPhone combined a phone, music player, and internet device into one elegant product. Consumers were amazed. The iPhone didn't just create a successful product. It created an entire ecosystem. Apps, services, accessories, developers, businesses. Everything revolved around Apple's platform. Year after year, millions of people upgraded to newer iPhones. Revenue exploded, and Apple became one of the most profitable companies ever created. In 2018, Apple achieved something no publicly traded company had ever done before. It reached a market value of $1 trillion, a historic moment. But Apple wasn't just selling devices. It had built a powerful ecosystem: iPhone, Mac, iPad, Apple Watch, AirPods, services. Everything worked together seamlessly. Customers stayed loyal, and the company continued growing. Today, Apple stands as one of the most valuable brands in the world. Its story is proof that innovation, design, and vision can transform a garage startup into a global empire. From a small garage in California to a trillion-dollar giant, Apple changed the world. And its journey is far from over. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more fascinating business stories.